This conference will now be recorded.
It's like 5,000. They have to close it out in court in Boston.
Yeah.
Well, it should be on here, or at least from the previous year.
No, we're not budgeting anything.
Hey there.
I know.
Nice to see you.
We got some public.
Really? We were headed to Price Chopper from the shop,
Did you
and
forget?
he saw Laura go straight across. He goes, "Frank, you can have a meeting tonight."
I just texted you. I said, oh, you were here last time. We have a meeting about the way.
That is why I'm.
Sure.
So here's,
Oh, here's a package of stuff.
Not perfectly.
Ron, you passed that we're gonna have a meeting every night.
Yeah, every night.
Every night.
All right, should we do the pledge? Pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Open the public hearing.
Yes.
can we make this quick?
Sorry,
I'm
I
hungry.
brought the loudest person I could think of.
Anything to say about the
Yes,
budget?
public have anything to say?
Nope, not at this time, I do not.
Okay.
If you wanna go home, I'll bring you home.
So we close that at 7.
Yep. So, close the public hearing. So, where do you guys want to start? Should we start
Charles with us, or?
Charles with us, yeah. I can share my screen. So
I'm right here as long as y'all can hear me.
We can hear
we
you.
can hear you.
There, yeah,
Awesome.
welcome back.
Share my screen so Charles can see and the world when they watch it on YouTube. What our budget will be. We're looking. This is a general fund, 1.84% where we're at right now. Then we have EMS and sewer, which I don't have fancy spreadsheets for.
Don't need it, you have more money.
Yeah, well, they're both of theirs, the revenue equals the expenses.
You guys have hope for more income. We're not exactly building a lot of things.
I did these fancy pie charts.
One good thing, we did have a higher assessment rate than we expected.
Yeah, that helps us out.
It went from,
Total assessment.
110 to 111, so it went up $1 million.
Property values are up.
Actually went up about $1.5 million this month, so that's kind of nice. And that's a 1.5%.
So from the pie chart, DPW is 45% of the budget. OPD is 28%. Clerk is 12%. Fire department is 9%. And the court and the retirees are both 3%.
The little sliver for the trustees.
That's inside the clerk somewhere. That's a 0.001%. 5 cents an hour.
This month. Next month, we might get 15.
And then, there's another one under revenue. Just to show everybody. So 71% of our revenue comes from taxes and 29% comes from other sources.
What does that mean exactly?
EMS is.
You gotta get you out there working. No, the 29% is, like sales tax, sharing with the county, and,
Mortgage,
yeah,
clerks, fees,
all that other stuff.
DPW fees, up and
Adds up to 906,000.
So grants are never figured into the revenue.
No.
Okay.
No, the only time they're in the revenue, like the cops grant is in there,
Right.
because it offsets the expenses. So sometimes they're in there, I guess.
So it looks like the court is the most efficient in the village, efficient part of the village.
the court?
Court?
No.
No?
No,
They cost 90, they only bring in 30.
I know, but they were only bringing in 35,000, so the cost.
So they're the
Yeah,
least,
I'm
they're the
not saying
least
that.
efficient.
Total loss. Expenditure.
Well, as far as the amount it cost us, yeah, it's the least.
I mean, one time, their revenue equals their expenses. Back before. we gave the
Before we
code, right?
catch and release, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, so now it's like, where's the money?
So anyway,
So, I think you guys did good, if you could make this happen at 1.84, that's 102%, we did pass the 2% tax cap override, you could have gone over the tax cap if you wanted to. If you decided with this and between the ARPA money, you're gonna make things fly, and that's how it's gonna go.
So unless somebody in this room wants to go through this thing line by line, let's adopt the budget.
Is that a motion?
That is a motion.
I'll second that motion.
What's that?
What's that?
What's the motion?
Rusty
We
made a
adopt the
motion.
budget.
for the general
Ask
fund.
questions.
That's in discussion of the motion. I can ask 100 of them.
Go for it.
Okay, we're talking about the sweet fund now. I'm through, 2022, we've got 5,526, so that should be here under 2022, should it not?
No.
Not if there wasn't, if we're not budgeting for it next time, it won't even show up in there.
No, we're not getting any more money from the sweet.
I know we're not getting more.
So is your question, where did it
Budget
go?
from where your money coming in, we're not getting any more
Right,
money. Okay, it's not,
gotcha.
okay, that's what that's, it's not there. We're trying to close it out, basically.
Should they go to the EMS?
Eventually, when we get that $5,000, yeah,
Well,
when it's all
I
stock
mean,
market stuff,
that was the purpose of it.
when it's all tied up in the stock market, the way the fund works.
Okay.
It's not still in the market, is it?
I don't think so.
It's pretty volatile
Yeah,
right
I
now.
don't know.
No,
Yeah.
Maybe 2,000 now, but it's.
Haywire.
it's pretty close.
Okay, well, I see it here under, the, clerks. There's a, phone bill.
Would you tell us what page you're on so we can,
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Page 9.
thanks.
I mean, I don't understand what's happening with the IT program, Tioga County, IT program, I mean, are they charging us X amount of money and it's divided up between the different departments?
That's part of it, you still have to pay for the outside lines.
Right.
Oh, do
They
you?
don't own the telephone line, we have to pay.
Okay, so you're
We have to.
saying maybe you think it'll be $500 a year, this year for the phone lines?
That's our
For the
guess.
clerk's
Yeah,
office?
told us.
Yeah.
That's for the whole village, probably. Isn't it?
Yeah, other departments you got it broken up.
Each department probably has a little tiny piece, but not much. But then after this year.
Yeah, see, under,
This year, we're going without, we don't really know what our
the EMS telephone,
Page what?
it's zeroed out, it's, page, well, there's a separate, EMS report and separate, sewer report. Page 2, halfway down, the EMS telephone, you've got that zeroed out, so. So you're not paying for phone lines there, right? And,
Which
the utilities,
Does the EMS have their own phone number?
We don't currently, but it'd be nice to have a different number, but we'll have eventually, we were talking before the meeting, dial the number,
Right.
extension,
Right.
So there'll
whatever.
probably be one number for the station.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is a phone number for the station.
There is a phone number for the station, but 90% of the calls that come in are fire department related, and it'd be nice if they had their own answering machine that they could
which they will. So once, like this building's set up now, they're doing the police station this week. But like, when you call here, either clerks or DPWs, you get a thing that says, if you want to pay your sewer bill, push 1. If you want anything else, push 2. So it could be the same. If you want the fire department, push 1, EMS push 2 at the moment.
We have the mayor.
So we took him off.
Oh, he took the mayor, I had the mayor.
You did.
You got rid of the mayor.
I didn't, I did.
Okay.
Okay, well, also there on page 2 of the EMS, there's 5,000 budgeted for utilities. And this year, it was 2,941. What's the utility? Is that electric? So you anticipate the electric's gonna go up double?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
very well, Mike.
Alrighty.
Hopefully we won't need it, but.
They make that by burning gas and coal and things.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully this all levels out soon, we won't use all that.
Okay, the budget report, page 10, we've got under elections. This year, we spent $1,058, and we've got budgeted 3,000 for next year. Why is that 3 times as much?
Depends on the election. If we use the paper ballots, they're a lot cheaper than the
Right, yeah,
voting
I keep
machine.
that in there in case I have to get the voting machines, you gotta pay the county, you gotta pay on that, so. It's just a hedge in case we, say, this year we just did paper ballots, we had 100 people vote. In the past, we've had 1,000 people vote.
Fran,
That's a big deal.
the way you think about that is you look back on that same line to the actual.
That was page 10, right?
Yep, the actual in 2020, it was $3,400. The actual in 2021, it was 2,187. The actual this year was 1,058. The actual next time might be that 3,300 again. So that's why the 3,000 is put in there. We don't know what it's gonna be, it's just,
I
it's
just
just-
don't have a solid number, because
many things we budget more for to have the money there. If we don't use it, then that's great, we'll have it for somewhere else.
Depends on the election, how many people you gotta pay, all that kind of stuff.
Especially if we have to
Okay,
have like a
page 15,
canvas.
I'm questioning, the engineering, is that Hunt, is that what this is?
Are you in DPW?
DPW,
Yeah,
The one on top, that's $1,600 or what, Jerry?
yeah, that's,
The one down below,
Page 15?
yeah, excuse me,
the first line there,
I was looking at the salary.
for 1,600.
Oh, I was looking.
You were looking at the 108,000
Sorry.
giant amount for salary. No, the engineering's up top at $1,600.
Yeah, the engineering there is any sort of
She
engineering.
was thinking this.
So what-
DPW might need,
This is DPW salaries?
Yep.
for which one?
part of it, yeah. some of it, yeah. The
Uh,
200,
108? That's
Yeah.
just salary.
that's like Freddie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just part of it. Their salaries split up in different departments.
Okay,
Yeah, there's a street department, parks department.
Cemetery department, pool department, their salaries split up over in different places.
okay, page 18, the smart watt payment,
Yep. That's the.
That's what we
there was
owe.
nothing, and now it's 55,000.
We had it in a different line item. We've always been taking it out of the line item that was street lighting, so we try to break it down into more detail this, for smart watt. It's
So there's been actual payment to
Yes.
smart watt this year?
every year we've been paying,
That's about 55,000.
yeah.
I
Every year,
mean, it should have the actual
that
for
contract
this year.
well,
It
it's
says
different, it's a
zero.
different line item. It's a different line item. We
Well,
took
if you're moving the line item, you should
Well,
move
it
the
doesn't-
charge that was actually paid.
This is a new line.
We've been taking it out of the street lighting utility line item.
No, it's not.
This is a new line for smart watt. We didn't have a smart watt
We
line
didn't have a
before.
smart watt. We just took it, we lowered the street lighting utility and raised the smart watt utility.
Okay,
The same number, but just gives it a little more details, so you can tell that you're making a payment to Smart Water. And that's.
Okay, so
that's-
I see the item below.
Sort of.
was-
And that's one of those, I think it's a 10-year payment.
How many years later?
They're the ones that
10 years.
put in the lights,
Right,
right?
after 10 years, you know,
Okay.
well, that's kind of something. Else it was.
Can I ask a question on utilities? Has the village gone and looked at going back to NICEAG proper versus Constellation and all that? I know my electric and gas at home is cheaper, not using any of those, ESO.
The solar and stuff.
We're not, we don't bargain with Constellation
Yeah,
anymore.
we're out of Constellation, we're back to.
Right, but I'm still seeing bills for,
Well,
I think the village was similar,
We're-
wasn't it? We weren't in our own little deal. That's something to look at though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what we'll do is,
You're right.
we'll get Jerry Wiley.
yeah, because it's pretty expensive. There's, like on the fire station, there's a $300 fee that's out of the blue. I don't know the exact number, but it was, asked the gal over here, what is this fee? Maybe we need to check the NICEAG proper again.
Yeah, they may have better rates.
Yeah,
Now, are we required to hold on the solar for the climate smart stuff that we're looking at, or?
No, we get that credit because we opted in that one time.
And we also went to the Delaware Solar on that one thing.
We did, yeah.
We have a 5% deal on that.
So, Mayor, one of the things there is that we may have just through being too busy not paying attention, didn't take ourselves out of Constellation. In fact, if somebody signed up for Constellation under that old program, Constellation isn't going to take them out. That person needs to understand that they're no longer getting this deal or that deal, and they need to take themselves out. Constellation's got to keep them in there. So that may be what happened to us with Constellation. We just didn't think about taking ourselves out.
I'm pretty sure we sent them a letter and said we're done with you guys.
So maybe we did, and they just didn't do it.
Yeah, you should double check that.
I'll let you know.
Right, nice, like rates are better right
Okay, I realize Fred isn't here. I was questioning on page 21, shade trees. Is that for removal of the dead trees? Is that what that is?
I think it is.
now. Around the village.
Maintenance and all that
Okay.
stuff.
Where is that?
Page 21.
Yeah.
Shade trees, it says.
Yes, it's cutting down the
The
dead
dead
trees
trees.
or limbs or whatever.
Contracted services.
Page 20.
I don't find it, so help me.
I'm sorry, let me go
I don't think
backwards
it's
here.
21. I know exactly the line.
Page 21,
Page 21 is the shade.
second item, is, shade trees.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
Oh, on the left side there. Oh, I see.
It was more detailed than the other budget during the meeting. They talked about
Okay.
trimming.
So
and
the little headline is supplies.
Yeah, but if you go back a page,
Okay.
all those things fall in there, maintenance, repairs.
Maintenance, repairs, and
Like you've got
supplies.
25,000 in maintenance, so that'd be cutting down trees.
Yeah, I mean, it says actual for this year is 22,885,
We cut down a lot.
27, yeah. There's
So
a
what,
lot-
so what was the
There's
question?
a lot of dead trees all over the village, yeah.
Some of those are big and they run the bill quick.
He's got it.
It's like the ones up in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Let's see, there was a couple, I know a couple other items I put a question mark by. On page 28, I was looking at, under the justice there, the telephone.
Yep.
So the line charge now is 600, is that what that is? Where it had been 2,375?
That's
This
the
year?
estimate, yeah. That is the estimate.
And then-
Okay, so that's after the IT's all set up, county IT, okay?
And some of that 600 is if they have cell phones or something like that. Obviously, those charges don't go away.
Yeah, that's, okay.
56.
Makes sense. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, on page 31, I mean, I, like I said, all this IT stuff is unclear to me. There's, this is under the fire department,
Telephone again.
the telephone, that went down to $439,
It's gonna go to zero.
gonna go to 0.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't they have line charges then? If you got line charges in other departments?
Is that the phone number? They're gonna keep their own phone number versus having a central line and then push to or for whoever.
Well, you were saying that the reason for these other charges in addition to the IT is you had to pay for the phone lines to
Right,
the
there's,
Spectrum or whoever.
most people are gonna be under our phone lines. I mean, they're just one bill for the phone lines.
I've gone over several others where it's not just one. You got it here for the clerk and there's EMS, I forget which other one I went over here.
What they all zero, they were all zero.
No, they weren't. One was $600.
The court was 600, we're uncertain whether that's still for.
Yeah, you're saying that 600 for the court is for the phone lines.
No, you were saying.
Because the fire department doesn't have to charge for phone lines.
There could be cell phones. I know there was an issue with the court and the county phone system. So he may be keeping.
He's also connected to an Albany special.
Yeah, I gotta tell you something about that.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the police department as an example. They have to have a phone to be connected to the state system for the DWI. I imagine a court has to have a phone to be connected to some of the state systems. I imagine, I don't know that,
There was
but I'm
some,
guessing that that's the deal.
I know there was some hiccup there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We don't want to cut off the 911.
They got some funky requirements there.
All right, that's all the questions I have.
All right, any other discussion on the budget? We had a motion and a second. Shall we vote to pass the general fund budget?
Two and go to the right.
Charles is trying to do something.
Well, Charles, did you have any comments?
Oh, no comments.
Good man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Fran,
Yes.
Charles?
Yes, I vote yes.
And yes.
Okay.
Do we have a motion for the EMS budget?
Okay, I make a motion that we accept the EMS budget as printed out.
Second.
Any discussion on that one?
Second that one.
I think we have all the questions answered.
Okay.
We're pretty close to answered.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I mean,
There's just the one that you were gonna check out tomorrow, the EMS data processing.
general, I guess general comment on the EMS budget is the expenses matched with revenue.
Yeah.
And the expected revenue is for, number there, 450.
Yeah, 450.
453, which is
Yeah,
reasonable.
I mean, we're bringing in like
We're over 500 this year.
65 to 80,000 a month, so.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a reasonable.
I do have a question. I see you got $14,000 for legal fees for this year.
It's probably the $833 legal fee tax that I get every month, even though there's no,
Except for Nate?
yeah. There's
I didn't
no
see
EMS
anything
discussions.
prior.
No, that's been a go around between myself and Cindy and Kim.
Okay.
Reference, I look at their list and I don't see any EMS content, so I don't sign the paper. And they put it on a different budget line item.
Yeah, so we have a retainer with, in case we need them.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what that number is.
Okay, I just thought maybe,
But if we don't
make sure there
use
was
them,
no
that
legal
doesn't get
issues popping up
spent, right?
everywhere.
Oh, no,
No, it does.
it gets spent.
We have a contract that we pay them X number of dollars a year for
We're paying 40 some.
1 hour or 7,000 hours.
So hopefully when EMS uses them, we don't get billed any extra.
They should.
You also use them when you did territory, you did this, you do that, you're using it.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything with it. 4 years, we asked him to set up that
So,
territory.
so take the victory there. Good.
Yeah.
If we don't have to use it and we don't use them, this is a good thing. That means we didn't have a big problem or something, so that's good. And if we, whatever.
Well, you say that's a retainer.
Yeah.
So I,
That's part,
That
that's a
has to be
portion.
paid no matter what.
It's paid by the sewer, general fund, EMS.
so if we use, if
All the village topics, basically.
EMS uses Nate, then they're gonna get charged more?
No, it's
Oh,
all-
okay.
Not unless he got used for something that's out of
Certain things
out
are
of
outside
regular and
the
it was $100,000 worth of something.
What's outside the retainer?
If we get sued.
Oh.
Well, no,
Okay.
that's a piece.
Please don't
Okay.
get sued.
Well, I'm just curious because I'm not
There's
looking
other
at,
stuff like, union negotiations and stuff like that.
okay,
But most of the general stuff we, day-to-day do.
We had to pay extra for their services for the DRI contracting stuff, so they just billed us extra.
so, re-chassis specs and going over that should be included
That's
in the,
included, but
it's included in the retainer.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You use them.
Okay.
You use them, but you really don't know you're using them. He's up to it.
Okay, it's just kind of tough when
Yeah.
you go down 25 lists of items and not one each month.
I know.
Oh, wait a minute, there was a 15-minute phone call,
I know.
$833 worth of an expensive phone call.
You should just call him to see how he's doing.
Yeah.
Bill for it.
Yeah, why not?
Just checking up with you, Nate.
$200 an hour.
Yeah, that's why we pay a retainer, because if we paid hourly, we'd spend a lot more than that.
And really, you don't really want to use them unless you really.
Okay, so we got everything answered?
Didn't vote on it yet.
No, it didn't.
Anybody else have any other questions on the EMS budget?
And you're gonna look into the utilities?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
As far as the
Yeah, Constellation versus Nice Egg for
Yeah, we
both
need-
gas and electric.
We need to do that in general. Make sure we.
Yeah.
Overall, I'd say mine.
I'll contact Jerry Wiley, she's our go-between on this. She's good.
All right, so we'll vote on the EMS budget. Rusty?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ron? Fran?
Yes.
Charles?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. All right, sewer budget.
Take it, Ron.
That's all Ron.
I move that we accept the sewer budget as presented.
I'll
Second.
second.
That's a dual second there.
Does anybody have any questions on the sewer budget? Tracy had no issue, obviously submitted it. Again, revenues equal to expenses.
I mean, our tipping fees are up almost $100,000 this year, so.
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely bringing in more income.
Not worried.
That's great.
Hopefully, if we ever get that land, we can bring in more.
I'll call him tomorrow.
Right, oh yeah, that's the plan. That was the overall plan there was to, I don't want to say bring down the EDU.
Right.
Hopefully someday,
This is going to at least minimize it.
right, at least stop it from going up. All right,
They're up to 260. I lost it. They were 165, now they're up to 249,000.
That's the tipping fees.
It's where they pay us to get rid of their stuff.
so all,
So honey,
All the Jeff.
we'll vote on the sewer budget. Rusty?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes, I vote yes.
Yes. All right, so that's all the budgets. Last thing I got, the police chief asked us to do these two motions. Because we didn't quite do them last time. We've got two guys, maybe Rusty can explain but he's got 2 guys he wants to hire on the cops grant.
We didn't make any motions on these before, no.
Right. But he wants a motion so that he can go forward with
You want me
Yeah.
to tell you some more stuff? Okay, so we had the 3 cops grants. We used one for Dom. We used one for Dusty, but then he left immediately. We still have 2 to fill, which we've been trying to do. He has 2 prospective candidates, which are on this page that you have. They are already corrections officers. They've already been through partial academy to be that. He would like to have us hire both of these gentlemen. It would be contingent on 3 things. Yeah, it says on there too. Background investigation, medical and psychological exam outcome, contingent on all those things. He does need them to be hired as police officers for us because they want to attend they need to attend the rest of the police academy starting August 8th.
that. Full-time academy.
That's the full-time academy. They need that to become full-time officers with us. That we pay for because that comes out of the cops grant, so it's not something that we absorb. So he would like us to hire them. We will, he has already interviewed these gentlemen. He knows these gentlemen. We would not follow some of our hiring practices where we have an involved thing and the committee does this and does that, investigate, which we don't do many times. So that would be the deal. He would like us to hire them tonight. They would be sworn in next meeting. And they would start sometime before August 8th.
Yeah, I know, I talked to him, he wanted him to start a couple of weeks before that.
Either the 18th or the 25th.
Ride along in the car.
Yeah, there's some reasons they need to do that.
Yeah.
So that would be, I will be making a motion that we hire Justin Ketchum as a full-time police officer under the cops grant. And starting date at the chief's option in the end of July. Oh, and the salary is the PBA contract
Good probationary period,
salary. Yeah, we need a probationary period.
a year maybe?
I think for police officers, it's a year.
Yeah.
That's in there. That was in there, yeah.
And Fran, you second it?
Yes.
All right, any discussion about Justin?
And you said the pay is what? Pay is,
It's in the PDA.
pay?
As stated in the PBA contract.
Forget that one.
I assume it's pending their mental evaluations and all these other
Yeah,
things.
yes, right, yes, pending,
I see it on here.
yeah,
but
did I
didn't
say
hear
it?
in the
Did I say
motion.
it? Yeah. I was discussing it, but I didn't put it in the motion. That's contingent on their passing background, medical, psychological, and any other requirements.
So are we essentially sponsoring them for the academy?
Well,
the cops
they have to be sponsored by somebody, but.
Right.
But in this one, normally if we did that, we would be paying for them. This one, the cops grant's gonna pay for that.
And this also, I know the chief had talked about doing an agreement with them for like that they hang around for 2 years or something. So that we get something, you know what I mean? So we don't just send them through the academy and then they leave.
Go to Vesta or somewhere else?
Vessel's on the phone with them right now.
Yeah, probably.
I knew there was gonna come a cost we get those damn trucks.
I know, right? You can only encourage you want. We'll take all your officers.
So this is still a discussion. As I told you last meeting, there were 5 people on the list. The first 2 people the chief was in touch with and they were interested and they were gone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons that we try to not take forever on these things because these guys will be gone.
Son.
You need to stay there.
Oh, yeah.
I know, we gotta get some lines. All right, any other discussion on that? So we'll vote on Justin. Rusty?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes, I vote yes.
And yes.
Make the same motion for Nate Aurelio.
I'll second that.
Any discussion on Nate? Rusty,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Yes.
Fran,
Yes.
Charles?
I vote yes. Yes on that.
Thank
Thank you.
That's all I have for tonight.
Motion to adjourn.
See you in, July 5th. That's a Tuesday.
Hey, Mike, as always, thank you for all the work you do.
For my pie charts?
But, well, no, just putting the whole budget together. You do all the
Thank you for keeping the budget.
Not as good as
under.
Under
Michelle's
the
pie.
2%.
Rod, you have, right there in front of you, Izzy, do you have the numbers of those budgets, how much each one was? Or I'll get them later. I just want to put them in my,
I'll put it together.
I just want to put them in my record.
And the pie chart?
Are they?
All right.
Let me see.
We will talk to you later, Charles.
Okay, hey, everybody. I'll do this soon. I'll learn how to walk again.
Hopefully we'll see you in person real soon.
Yeah.
See you later.